slowing down. Oh, he's going to push me. Yes, go on, Darren. Go on. Yes, what a boy. Come on, we can still beat Keith. Come on, I've got to beat Keith.
It ended early again, didn't it? I've worked out why that is. Anyway, yo, good evening, Peter, Darren, and probably just myself. Anyway, good to see you. Thank you, Darren, for this disgustingly horrible route selection and weather selection. I know this was the wheel of misfortune that decided this, but I'm still going to hold you responsible. I'm just waiting for practice to finish because I'm not getting anywhere with this practice. I think I'm 8th or 9th, about 2 seconds behind the bloke that's ahead of me, which I think at the moment is Kinky, JP McKinley. And there's no point in me trying to go faster. I just want to be safer, so I'm just sitting here just letting everybody else do their thing on track. Can you not? Well, anyway, Darren, right, so you can't complete a lap, but it's brilliant that you're racing anyway. I hope your back isn't too bad. And I hope this doesn't set you back, given in mind what we've got in store for us at the weekend. Anyway, for all that, cheers, Prost, Clippis, up your bum, down the hatch, chin chin, bottoms up. Oh, there's definitely another one. Anyway, cheers. All good until the drugs run out tomorrow. Oh, mate. I hope you've got some decent sort of backup drugs for once these mega ones run out, so that you can at least try and sort of fend it off for a while. Slaint. You're going to have to do that frenetically for me, Peter, so that it can be spelled out, so I can pronounce it properly. Oh, Darren, you'll be proud of me, or I think you will. Slunch. I hope these aren't swear words in foreign languages, because I'm just reading them out blind. Yes, Darren, you'll be proud of me, mate. I've made an overlay in Stream Elements. I think it's there. I think it's working. It's like a little box that's set to alert me if I have a new follower, a new person to the chat, a donation, subscriber, which obviously isn't relevant yet. So obviously I don't know if it's working until someone new starts chatting. And I've reached my goal of 20 subscribers. Oh, you saw that yesterday, didn't you? 20 followers, which is cool. Right, so what are we doing tonight then? We're doing the disgustingly soaking wet SNETTERTON. I hate SNETTERTON. Just can't get any kind of rhythm around it at all, ever. I remember when we did the GT4s, detested it then. So in the wet in a GT3 is not doing anything to improve my opinion of it. You will see from the little pink names box right behind Mini Magoo. I am currently 9th place in the league on 159, is that? I'm going to say 59. So my closest target's ahead of me, Josh Waring, who started very late and I think is just going to continue to fly up the table. Peter Imposter Robinson is, oh God, 159 am I on, and 158? Anyway, you could probably see better than me. I think he's about 10, let's say 9 points ahead of me. So I'm aiming for him. Callum McGough as well, I think will go from strength to strength. So my realistic target ahead of me, I think, is Peter, Future Go, coming for you, dude. Behind, I've got to watch out for Jason, who sadly I don't think is here today. And I hope it's not for the reason I'm thinking it might be. But I'll discuss that later. And then behind Jason we have Jamie Swan, who once again missed a couple of rounds. So this will all mix up when we start doing the best 7 out of 10. When we you can eliminate your worst scoring positions. So Jamie technically will be ahead of me, I'm sure. And then we have Blakey, who once again is sort of missed a lot of rounds and is creeping up. So theoretically, I think only myself and Peter are kind of where we are with each other in terms of points out of that bunch. I think everybody else will continue up the table. No offence, Peter. Just, you know, you shouldn't even be doing this well based on what I know of you, considering how shit you were. Just being honest. Right, I'm going to quickly join Discord because I haven't been in there. Is there anyone there? Yes, there is. There we go.
LFM do real weather, not storm.
There we go.
LFM take their weather data from whatever website, and then when they launch their servers, they use the closest approximation they can to it.
No
Try and
pop-up.
make the weather
Fail.
the same as what real life is when their servers launch.
Huh, that's pretty cool.
Do I have to have? You know, it's set as a. I need to turn the bloody
one lap is
Discord
there,
down
the
now.
next he's gone.
Oh,
Hang on, let me deafen it for a second. You know, I've set it so it's a browser. Hang on, what is it? It's called. It's set as a. Yeah, I will. I'll leave it for another day. It's set as a browser link or something, and then I copied and pasted the link in there. But does that link? Do I have to have that open? Browser source. That's it. So that link, do I have to have that open in a browser for it to work? Don't worry about it. I'm going to go do some qualifying. Nope. I'm guessing that means nope. There we go. Nope. Right, okay, so I've done something wrong. It's not hidden, it's there, it's just not working. Yeah, qualify. Come on, Darren, get out there, man. I know I can do it. One lap, boom. Hit it. Come in like 11th. So, right, now I'm going to go and do some... I'm actually going to do some quali. Right, setup. Current setup is what I've just had. What I want to do is bring the traction control down a little bit. 19 laps, that should do it. Let's go. Oh, yeah, I accidentally punted Keith in free practice over on... I think, was that here or on Rink server? It might have been on Rink server. But... can't say he doesn't deserve it, old Hoff. It's about time someone punted him. I'm just joking, Keith, obviously. Lights on, endurance, wipers on faster, rain light on. Let's go. Oh, my eyes are still watering today. But I finished a huge... My big project that I have every month finished earlier this afternoon. All uploaded to printers, all done. I can forget about it. And that is the nicest feeling. So I'll probably sleep better tonight. And that'll sort out these sore, streaming eyes that I've got, I'm sure. And it means I've got a few other bits and pieces to do, but I should be pretty free for possibly rally tomorrow or some Sebring practice. Darren, what did you do to test that pop-up? Hope it wasn't a donation. If it was, have you got a donation on your channel and I'll just do it back? Although we get charged for doing that, don't we? So we're basically just giving money to somebody else to test each other's systems out. I need to find a way that I can test it myself without having to keep making no freaking nations. This is weird with it being raining inside and beautiful sunshine outside. It's usually the other way around. Right, this bend has killed me on more than one occasion so far today. There we go. And it didn't kill me that time, but that's about where I'm at, I think. I think my best time I've managed to put in is a 2:02.2, I think it was. But I've had a couple of laps after where I've been about a second up on that, but not managed to see the lap through. kinky ahead of me. Right, come on, please let me just make this horrible little sequence of bends here. I'm going to have to be cautious just to get the time in. Alright, might be on for a 2:01 here. Oh, 1:59! Whoa! I'm still well down the order. That's much faster than I've done earlier. Oh, a bit of Knight Rider drifting. Have to wait a lot longer than I realised before getting on the power there. Oh, that's going to overshoot as well. Come on, keep me on, keep me on. My lap's invalidated, but I can't be bothered with all the spinning and reversing if I go on the grass. Go. Right. Brake earlier, turn in earlier. I know all of those things, I just forget to do them. I can't read that properly at the moment. Hang on a sec. it's going to run wide. Ah, I was much faster, but just had a horrendous exit from the final bend, which puts me behind. Still in 10th. Come on, I know there's loads of speed to be had here. There you go. 3/10 there. Oh, and then I'm going below it all. Come on, back. Come on, come back to me. Far too late. Just couldn't get the power down. Come on.
Yellow flag, be careful there. There's a slow car ahead.
Oh, it's going to run wide again. Not as bad, but I'm losing time all the way up here. Come on. Bloody hell.
Losing time in sector 3.
Last chance.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Yeah, we're missing quite a few runners and riders tonight. It's a shame. Haven't seen Peter Wilson for a while. Ah. Yeah, I don't know. I must have done something right on the exit for that, for my fastest lap.
Session is now over.
I can't get anywhere near it. I can be half a second up and still lose it by the time I get to the line. Oh well. Right, I'm quite happy with that setup anyway. Yeah, no Rick. I assume he's still crying over his huge wound that he had from grazing himself on the edge of a circular saw. Actually, it doesn't matter how soft and pathetic you try and make that sound. As soon as you mention circular saw in an accident, it sounds bad. So I hope you're not in too much pain, Rick. Yeah, Peter Wilson, I've not heard from him for a while. I'm wondering if he's away, but I need to give him a nudge with regards to organising the rally evenings anyway. And like I say, Jason, I'm going to try and message Jason directly because I didn't hear from him. We didn't hear from him in Discord or anything today, and I'm hoping he's all right, and I'm hoping his reason for not being here is anything to do with last week's shenanigans. Oh my god, I can't see anything. Anyway, I qualified P10. Did I qualify P10? Yeah, it looks like P10. A second nearly behind Kinky. But luckily, look at that. See, the real Peter Robinson. Please stand up. There he is. You're sure it's something else? Yeah, I think it is as well. He seemed, you know, he didn't seem overly concerned about anything, did he? So, right.
Alright, we have some
Fuel.
conditions. Watch out for curbs and
I
exits.
think I've already done it, but I'm going to load this setup. Temperature's the same. I've gone over. Right, I need to add 1 litre, don't I? Not change tyres, but I'm going to set the current pressures anyway. Yo, Mikey boy, how you doing? Oh yeah, of course, Mike's not here as well. Oh, Jesus. Mike sat in hospital bed due to his back. What's not good as meant to be doing a seat fit in Germany. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Well, I'm sure you're in the right place at the moment, dude. I would imagine having a seat fitting isn't the best thing you could do for your back if it was already troublesome. So rest up and hopefully speedy recovery, my friend. Yeah, dude. Oh, man, that's you and Shunty McShuntface with bad backs. I hope it's not... Well, actually, I know the reason for your bad back. We had a discussion about it before, but I've had twinges from doing this sim racing, so I'm hoping that's not what's aggravated yours further and obviously Darren's. There may be no connection whatsoever, but there we go. Anyway, good to see you in chat, dude. What was Darren saying then? So no, it was some anonymous donor. Right, that means Darren did it, dude. Not me. You can run a test through your Stream Elements overlay page, but like I say, save it for another day. Yeah, I will do. I'm not going to try messing around with it. Yeah, look, anonymous £1 fish. Right, and nothing. So. I do need to leave it for another day, but that's really annoying. Right, the box is there. I can see it. It's visible. And the source is... Yeah, like a whole series of numbers. Yeah, mute away, my friend. Good luck, Darren. Actually, where did you qualify? I didn't see. So much noise. Oh, I'm muted on... I'm still deafened on...
And then the heat temperature gets taken off you.
As soon as I unclip
It's
it.
so funny.
Evening, gentlemen.
Did you report it? I wouldn't be happy at all.
Good evening.
He's an idiot, of course he reported it.
Oh, yeah, I reported
I'm good,
it
mate. You?
just for the lols.
Well,
We're
well,
just speaking about Cal trying to sabotage himself in AOR.
Oh, really?
Well, not just himself. You as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, good point. Right. So we're team champions by 4 points, and he's just reported himself for possibly -5.
Only Callum would do that. That's brilliant.
And it's just to settle an argument with his brother.
That's fucking bullshit.
Callum, I don't know you that well, but even from the little I do know of you, I can well imagine you doing that.
It's literally to settle an argument with his brother. That's all he's done it for
The
as
thing is, we
well.
both agreed on
Brilliant.
the same thing. We both agreed there's no further action. That's the funny part.
Last night you said I deserve a penalty.
Now I know what it's about. I'd give a 5-second penalty. Or 5-point penalty, whatever it is.
Oh man, that would be hilarious. Are you still waiting the response?
Yeah, but I
think
have
just
messaged the guy.
Can you
okay.
delete it?
That's brilliant.
No,
You
what
message the guy,
this
goes,
is doing,
nothing
you
against
can't-
you. I'm just settling a debate.
Yeah,
You
basically,
can
that's
agree. You can agree
basically
to
what I
make
did.
no further action.
No, because I want the stewards to decide what's going to happen.
20 seconds.
I didn't
How
think
much
you deserved a
petroleum
penalty,
do we
Callum. I
need?
just said it was your
Fish
fault.
ready up.
What did you say then?
About
He's
30
taking a
litres.
position from going off the track or what?
Yeah, I
I've got
just said that
45,
he
so I'm well over that.
outside the track and getting
Yeah,
a
and
position.
McLaren, I've gone for 40, and that's still way too much.
I'm on 37, which is probably way too much. Saying 14 laps.
You got a
Yeah, I went
10 litre weight
36.
advantage on me then.
Are you on 47 or something?
Yep. 47. I just fucking guessed, I didn't know.
Right.
Right.
Run outside turn 1. I can only end well in these conditions, right?
Yeah, you can go visit that tree out there.
Yeah, I'll go see my tree friend. God.
I tried to do a bit of practice
It's been a while, mate.
driving in this kind of visibility, sitting behind Peter in the
God, all these Aston Martin
in the
racing
warm-up.
fucking spoilers.
It didn't go well. It's not easy, and that was with just one car.
Horrendous back here. It's like a fog.
You know what you should have done then? Put it on pole.
Qualify further up, yeah.
The back.
Put it on the front row, yeah, you're good to go.
We'll start from the pits.
That's it.
Oh my god, this is so slow. Can we follow Tomic's suggestion, please?
Yeah, I'll just beeline it. Don't you worry.
You get teleported.
What do you mean?
Oh,
follow
nice,
Atomic's
Mike.
suggestion. This is Atomic's pace.
I haven't bought the DLC yet,
This is
but I'm going to bully everybody into getting it so that we can set up a Ferrari challenge, because that's the main thing I'm interested in, to be honest.
Sometimes mean things are truthful.
Yeah, it's all about that Ferrari for me. I suppose I pay like
Wait, Jake.
$11 or whatever for one car on iRacing, so I will view this as buying one car on ACC, but with three or four others thrown in for free.
Safety car, they were fucking the amount of weaving.
I was thinking at the very start of the race when Sainz was literally on the brink of walking up, just brake dust everywhere.
I know.
Oh, Darren Reynolds is here!
Now,
Oh, man!
The wheels, the tyre is so far away from the brakes.
That's so cool.
The heat probably doesn't resonate through the wheel.
Peter Robinson directly behind me, then Darren Reynolds,
surface temperature
then the shunter.
Internal temperature.
I think Mike is there as well. Then I've got,
Yeah,
so I've got Kiki ahead of me, Jamie ahead of him, then Al. I can't see further up.
Spinning it into the safety car.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that frightened the life out of me. I forgot that you could go through, and I just went. I just had a heart attack doing that. Jesus. Definitely do it. Pork sounds mad.
It's alright, Hamilton does that, and he wins too much. So if that's the key to winning, then that's fine.
You mean his car wins a lot?
Very true.
There you go.
Not anymore, it doesn't.
No news. How bad is the McLaren?
We don't talk about that.
Bad car, isn't it?
You know, I was having a thought there when I was at work. What if the Haas is actually like incredibly like the best car on the grid, but Kevin Magnussen just can't get the best out of it?
I think he did alright for P5 to get the best out of it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what if Haas is just like incredible? What if the car is incredible? And no one...
I think you could be onto something there.
I don't think he'd be that far off the
saying.
Ferraris and Red Bulls.
I've got a feeling something will come up about the Ferrari power unit.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that.
I think you're hoping rather than thinking.
Well,
They've been working on this for so long.
Yeah.
yeah.
They
This is the
sacrificed
season
2
it locks,
seasons
doesn't
of
it?
F1.
This season locks, doesn't it? The
Internally,
engine,
then
the engine's
project name for this engine was the Superfast.
locked. Yeah, it's locked for this season, isn't it?
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, everyone. Right, here we go, people. This is horrible.
Second turn.
Send it. Not on me.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And go, go, go! Let's get this done, guys and girls. I don't like being this close to another car. I can't see which way the bend's going. It's around here somewhere. I've got someone on my right. Still got someone on my right. That's kinky. Looks like I'm going to have to go the long way round.
We're alive. We're alive.
Alright.
We're alive.
Damn it.
I'm not even kidding. That second contact was on purpose to
Blakey's
straighten
got
you
me.
back up. I literally saw you sliding, and I thought if I touch his front end, he might straighten back up.
Did I turn in on you, or was that you or me then?
No, that was me dive bombing.
Oh, okay. I did leave a space and tried to go around the outside of it, but I didn't know if I just fucked you up too much and just, you know, T-boned myself. But...
Oh,
I just
man.
fucked up the run all the way off the start.
I think everybody's still going. This is quite incredible.
Oh, sorry, Richard.
Oh, someone's had a spin. I gave it the kiss of death. I'm assuming that was Al
As
and
Matt would say,
Ferret, Richard Conley.
You're not killing my teammate, are you, Al?
Yeah, I killed him.
That's unsportsmanlike.
How are you two teammates?
Because
You're both
Marcus,
really quick.
Marcus thinks we're rubbish.
Hey, I'm saying nothing. Sorry I haven't added up the team points this week, by the way. I've been really busy.
Sorry. I haven't updated the other thing, I don't think either. Unless I did that, I can't remember. I can't remember what week I did my spreadsheet for the drop rounds.
No, I think it's for this week.
It could have been.
Last round.
Come on.
I'm on fucking 3 TC. No wonder I struggle for traction.
Oh, I'm on 6. I don't want that. I'm on 5.
That's not my fault. My setup sent over with 6.
I don't know how I did that.
Right, I've lost touch with the group ahead, but that's much nicer. Whoa, Peter's flying up behind me. Oh, and he's run wide out there. He had serious speed coming into that hairpin. Right, come on, I've got to focus on my race. Looking at the car ahead of me and my mirror's a bit too much.
The question is, are you on map 12?
Is my name Kurt?
Hi, Kirk. Cal, that wasn't something that you were meant to hit.
Running wide there.
Nah, that's alright, mate.
Did you get any damage from that, just out of interest?
No.
And could you do me a favour and only answer me when you're taking corners, please? This straight talking is not doing me any favours.
I can't talk and go around corners. Yeah.
I'm so slow through there, but
Curbs bumpy out there, by the way.
at least I'm surviving it.
All the exit curbs are just so bumpy.
You just ate all the curbs. Oh.
It's okay hitting them, it's only straddle them. It's rough.
Right, I've got Shunter just 1.8 behind. So he took Peter when Peter ran deep, I think, on the hairpin. Oh, this is a little bit sketchy. Whoa, get it back, get it back. Whoa!
I feel like I could run faster off that corner.
Yeah, it's horrendously slow.
Right, quali laps, here we go.
Stop having such a lap, Jake. That'd be great.
I can't fucking see anything now.
Haha.
I don't know, I just have no confidence in the car on this first couple laps. It's coming back to me though.
Yeah, it is. Put a second into me this lap, I think.
Were you off, Jake?
I was looking at the timings, was not looking at that.
Oh, that's not what you
better
want
lap.
to do either.
Couldn't see a fucking thing behind you.
You know what you should have done, Jake, yeah?
I did the thing, and then I voled it.
You put it on TC3, and everything went to shit. Go on, Josh. Give him the business.
Still trying to learn SNETTERTON.
Do it while giving him the business.
No business here, please.
Question, where's the pit entry?
Just
Just
above
the
it.
start of the pit lane.
There's a little chicane in it. You want to brake as you go off. Basically, when you join the pit lane off the track, just brake there, do the little chicane, and you leave the pit limiter on as you come out of the little chicane bit. It's literally right in front of you after that.
Sick, thanks.
It's very quick into the pit lane, so just be careful. It's a hard chicane as well, so you may end up spinning it into a barrier if you're not careful. It's very narrow.
It might be a quick pit entry for you, but I don't know about me.
Okay, the last call.
What's that?
Did you say the last call?
No, that corner there that we just went through. The tyre, the triple tyres are just sat there.
Lost 2 seconds on that lap. You'd love to see it.
Eventually in turn 1, that's why.
Oh, someone's pitted. Blakey, I think, just came in. Into the 59s. Yeah, boy.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
That inside curb's a bit nasty as well on that corner. Turn 3.
Hey, Jason, dude, how are you? Shame you're not here, man. Let's go, Magoo. Cheers, buddy.
That's a line.
Tyre barrier is now gone.
God, if I could keep on the track, I could actually maybe be fast.
Yeah, some of these lines are a bit questionable, Jake.
I know.
I think if
I've
you do
noticed.
keep on track, you're faster than me by far, but
We had a halfway mark.
seems
Still
you're doing
a way
everything
to
in your
go.
power not to keep it on track at the moment.
Miss us guys a little. That'll do.
Falling behind in the car in front in sector 3. Well done, mate. That's the best.
Josh got the move done. Would that happen?
Ah.
That curb is evil.
No, mate, if you're going to miss one, this is the one to miss.
Both are pretty bad, to be honest, but
Sorry, Al.
I think I read
Sorry,
something
road
about
traction, right?
Spain next week being wet as well.
only these
I'm
cars have
trying not to believe it for the moment.
Where I'm on the grass.
It's alright. Why did I follow you into that fucking thing?
Callum's in the pits. 59.7 for Jamie ahead of me. 59.1 for me. So I'm closing on Jamie.
Whoa, that one was close.
I just released the brakes a bit too early there, ran a bit wide.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was shite. Damn. So I've got Kinky and Jamie fighting ahead of me.
Thanks, Keith.
I should really try and make the most of this and get on the back of them while they're squabbling. Ah. I'm getting messy. Come on. Ah. This is really crap. I pulled about a second back on the last lap, and I'm going to lose more than a second on this one.
Yeah, I would have jumped you if I had one more lap, Cooley.
Wood behind him, yeah. Got a hint held up, but it's alright.
I completely spooned that up.
Of all the
So
pit
who
boxes
came
you
into
had
the
to have,
pits
that's
there?
one right in my fucking way, so I couldn't
Reynolds.
see.
I knew it would be.
Jamie came in,
I don't see
right.
Reynolds around, but thank you.
I completely fucked that entry. I put the limiter on so early.
Too deep. Oh, what a shame I need to do a stop. I'm in podium position. Come on, keep this pace up and I might be in the 38s. Come on. Oh, yeah. 58s, rather. That's what I'm talking about. Right, I've got a pit now.
Does anyone know if as long as you enter before 0-0, you're good?
No idea, I'm afraid.
Probably not, because I may cross the line.
There's only one way to find out.
It's not this time. I may find out.
Think of it this way, you won't have a penalty next race if you try now.
Oh, I'm in second. Look at that. Only behind Kiki. We're the only two that haven't stopped. Please don't balls up my pit stop. I mean, I'm going to be back down in 10th or 9th, wherever I was, but at least get a decent stop. so much wheel spin coming out there.
You're joking.
It's tempting, Jason.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
What happened?
I just clipped the instant.
What happened?
Cheers, Mike. I clipped the inside curb of the Hamilton, is it? The left-hander. And the car just bounced.
Oh, a bit slidey. Right, let's get this right. Right, didn't speed. I'm pretty sure of that. Didn't crash yet. Let's get this one good. Come on. That looks spot on to me. Up we go. Oh no, it was better. Still not picked me up.
Mandatory stop. Start again. Let's go.
Oh,
Thanks,
crikey.
Mike.
Oh yeah, I forgot how bumpy it was in the pit lane here. Right,
Oh,
where
that
am
was
I?
really weird then. I was like, how am I 15 seconds up? That's not right. And it took it to like the first second to actually know what was going on.
Oh, Jamie just got me. Look at that. Damn it, I nearly made the overcut work on Jamie. Yeah, I think if I managed to nail it in the pit box, I'd have come out ahead of Jamie. I mean, he's pulling away from me now, so he is clearly quicker.
Leader has finished the race.
Bloody hell, what's that it? Ah, damn it. I wonder if I could have held off. Seeing as it was only one lap.
Hi.
If I'd managed to get... If I'd managed to really nail the pit stop.
Good job, Lee. Did your best to bring it back to the pits.
Did I spoil your donut?
Not really, I was on the grass. I was actually going to go drive off to my tree man, but...
What the hell was that? That looked like an ice cream van, but I think it was a McLaren on its side.
That's the first time ever it said the suspension is wrecked. That's the end of our race. That mad.
I just took turn 1 flat out and found you, and I was like, oh well, there he is.
Nice job, Jamie. I thought I could get the overcut done there. It was bloody close. Oh, who the hell is that? Wrecking my SA. As if I need to ask.
I made a mess of my pit stop.
Yeah, I missed the box by. It probably cost me maybe a second, not much more than that, but I thought I knew it was going to be close.
Yeah, I missed the box as well. I thought it was going to cost me.
I'll get you next time, Marcus.
Did I beat you?
You did.
There you go. I'm going to bed now. Cheers, guys. That's me done. I beat Al.
Sorry, Mr. Ferret again.
God, that was
Sorry,
a
I got
qualifying session. I'd have done fucking great.
Ninth
It was a
place.
bottle job of a race.
Yeah, you're like half a tenth up on all of us there.
Half a second, I think you mean.
Yeah, sorry, half a second.
I think this is one of the hardest tracks to consistently bang out laps. I think to get any kind of rhythm is just impossible, particularly in the wet.
It's a lot better in the dry.
Oh, I hate it in the dry as well, I think.
Is it though?
Well, better in the dry? I don't think it is.
I wish we could set up 2 races so you could have different conditions in both.
Yeah, that would be good. Right.
You probably could do it if you set it so a race days on separate days.
Yeah, that's a point.
No, you set the weather for the whole event, so you'd have to set up two separate events.
No, but if you have it changeable through the weekend, so it has...
Oh, I see, yeah.
There's you have a chance, basically. You have 50-50 chance.
Yeah, so if you had rain on the Saturday, and then it'd be... So you set it... I can't remember how it works, but you have the variable to change, so the Sunday would be dry.
Well, yeah, it's not
Can I
guaranteed.
just check? Sorry to interrupt, guys, just so I can check I've got the right order for the penalties. Mac wearing Mills Cooley. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, close enough, right?
In that bliss 5th place. That's where you want to finish, boys.
Yeah, that's a sweet spot, isn't it, Callum? Oh, wow, this is what Mike said.
5th and 1st.
And it is.
That's what it is.
When Kiki was 18 seconds up the road, it's going to be
Cheers,
tight.
Mike, for that.
Yeah.
Oh, Darren, you did really well.
Between us two.
It's a longer race, though. Even more.
1 second behind the Hoff. Oh, you'll have fun racing, Keith, Darren. Just be careful. So he's been known to, well, a couple of things. Once he spilt beer on his keyboard, which sent everything skewy. He had no steering or control. Wiped out 3 or 4 cars as a consequence. He's been known to have so much damage on his car, but still just pin it and try and go in a straight line back to the pits.
Yeah, it's just a
to wipe out 4 or 5 cars on the way in as well. So yeah, he is an absolute danger, but it is quite humorous. But just be careful. But it's great to have you anyway. All right, race 2.
Ooh, I'd hoped it crashed.
Right, let's just do these penalties.
No, fuck, I didn't know what my fuel was.
TP15 for... Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I need to do my fuel as well, don't I? Right, so
what is the fuel for this one,
7.
please?
TP5 for 77. Okay.
Like 2.8 was it? But 2.7?
TP15 for...
70
I had
litres.
2 laps left, I think.
TP15 for... Car 34.
55 or... Yeah, 55 should be fine at 2.7.
Yeah, I'm getting 53.2.
Car
55
2.
should be fine, yeah.
Sorry, I talk out loud for this because it's the best way for me to make sure I'm doing it right.
Yeah.
TP5 for car 2 again. Yep. And TP5 for car 777.
Yeah, I tried TC4 this time.
That's everybody. Mr. Cooley as well. Is that Matt Cooley? Great to have him along as well. So we've got a couple of new names here, which is brilliant. It would have been lovely to have had Mike, Rick, Peter, Tor, Niall, Rink. Who else am I forgetting? Jason, obviously. Right, let me do my fuel. Reasonably happy with the setup. I could calculate this. Oh,
how much fuel do we need this time? Because I was fucking miles off last time.
Full tank.
Yeah, right.
No, yeah, seriously, full tank. That's on the rules.
Damn
What?
rules.
Well, that's obviously a lie, because if it was in the rules, you wouldn't know.
It's true.
This is true.
58.
56 is fine. You're probably going to have an extra lap or so left, so I'm going 56.
Temperature looks like it might have dropped slightly, but my tyres...
35-minute race, 157 lap times, 2.8 litres a lap.
One up on the front.
Recommended fuel is 54, safe is 57. But with the pit stop as well, it should be okay.
Plus, if you're pitting later on, you can see if you're going to run out, and you can just put in like 2 litres or 3 litres
Yeah,
instead
just
of
calculate 2 minutes.
Look at all these potential new followers. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
20 minutes
Hang on.
left in the race, and you've got 10
I'll
laps.
tell them all. I'll tell them all in a moment. The guys in chat.
Sorted.
Never a missed opportunity.
In this one, isn't that?
Yeah, pit window. So when me and Jake inevitably die at turn 1 this time because he's on the right traction control.
I don't know what happened last time. I just fucked it so hard lap 1.
I actually want to watch that replay of the turn 2 because I don't know how much I squeezed you into the curb.
Oh, you didn't really. I just came in hard.
Right.
So I saw you coming in. I was like, I give him the space, went wide, and then it was only like half around the corner.
Yeah. So someone else was a new.
Maybe I squeezed you. So
there was a new
the way we entered
chat
turn 1, I
contributor.
thought, oh, it's
Who
alright,
was
I'll
it?
get a
Oh,
1,
it was
it's turn
Jason
2.
showing
and then I
us
just
first time
had
chat.
no traction out of 1.
But I didn't get any kind of big
That's when I knew something was wrong, and I just sent it anyway.
fanfare for that either, which is what I thought I'd set up. So.
Wait a minute.
We'll see.
Don't blame you for the send.
Right. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Let's get on the track.
15 seconds. That looks criminal.
Yeah, especially when you see Jake on 10 and I'm on 20. It's like, fuck off. Leave me alone. It's pure rude.
Okay, good. Finish 4th next time, forehead.
I wonder if we should do higher but further down the grid. So do like a 45 but down to like 7th place.
Yeah.
So half the grid gets penalties.
Yeah, that could be good for the last race or something.
For next season. The whole of next season.
Yeah,
I think.
Next season, yeah. I think just because it hasn't really changed the top 7 of the standings.
What I think you should do is have the long race at the start and then the short race with the time penalties.
That would be.
Well, yeah, that would be tougher, wouldn't it, to recover?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too big a gap for those penalties to change the guys that are finishing in the top sort of 4 or 5. But I think it has contributed to the order that they finish in a couple of times.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, but it's.
But yeah, it'd be nice to get some other people with a more of a
who
fighting
wins the
chance.
race, but it's going to be probably the same for, or
Yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
the P5 guy can sneak in like Callum did at Suzuka or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you do it on championship and do it for both races.
Ooh, that's an idea.
Happy Al, I love your livery. Castrol Edge.
That was
Can
the
you see it?
That was the
Yeah,
idea
beside you right now, looking at it on my,
Yeah, I picked a different one.
it's lovely. Very
Someone was
snazzy.
really quiet then. Was that Swan trying to speak?
Yeah, it was me. Yeah, I was just saying, wasn't that the idea of the reverse grid? But it just caused carnage at the start, didn't it?
Yeah.
Reverse grid
too
doesn't
much.
manage.
Yeah, too much reverse grid. At least drop the penalty, pit stop penalty. It's halfway through the race, and it affects the race without affecting the stupidity of the first 4 laps.
Yeah, if everybody's a bit more evenly matched, I think it might work, wouldn't it? But it's just when you've got 10 seconds first to...
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it would work well if it was a less of a gap.
But it's not just 10 seconds, it's just the unpredictability. Well, not the, let's say the unpredictability, yeah. Not like people are doing unpredictable things, but...
Definitely the first
not
race
all
should
of
be on
us.
championship order as well. That'd scatter them a little bit.
Yeah, first race championship order, second race finishing order from the first race.
Yeah, I don't know if you can set that up on SimGP though.
I don't
Do
mean
it
starting
manually.
grid, I mean penalties. Penalties in the first race based on championship order.
Yeah. Still do quali.
Yeah, still do quali.
Yeah,
And then
first
if
race.
you're first in the championship, you still get like a 20-second penalty or
We'll
whatever.
go down
A
to
second per point.
Yeah, a second per point that you are ahead. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I think move it down, make the penalties harsher for the front, and then move it down
Yes.
to like 7th or 8th place.
The only downside of that is when
I would like to veto these rule changes.
if that's happening, I would like a mandatory tyre change because if you come out after 45 seconds of stationariness, your tyres are knackered.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
It adds
That's another
the
thing.
penalty to the thing, though, doesn't it? Yeah. It
Yeah, that
doesn't
sounds like a
include
kicky
the tyre
problem
change
to
and
me.
everything.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like my problem.
Oh, my tyres! Kiki Mac, aka Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, you're one lap where you're like 4 seconds slower than everyone, like, or at the same pace as everyone else.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Good
Right,
luck,
here we go.
everybody.
Here we go.
Happy Al, same as last
Let's try and
race,
survive
pick it
again.
Okay, will do. I'll try and do Callum this time.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Oh, I've got a good launch, but I've got nowhere to go. Whoa, I think JP was
I tried.
sliding
I
a bit
tried
there.
to hang it.
Car on the right.
No.
Clear on the right.
I'm going to get
Sorry,
screwed
mate.
again here, aren't I?
It's all right.
Keep turning.
We're
gosh.
even.
Yeah, I'm going to get screwed on the exit, but I've got the inside line for this turn.
Clear on the right. Car on the right.
Oh, I'm trying to turn. Oh, Sorry, dude, that was full lock and just sliding. Oh. Oh, that's me with a strike, isn't it? Definitely. Oh. I was just drifting there. I think that was into Richard.
Oh, where's Josh gone?
No, it wasn't Richard.
You hit Ferret.
Oh, no. Was that due to Callum or?
A little bit. A little bit. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I believe Al.
I think I caused a lot of that.
I just got absolutely rear-ended.
Sorry, that was me.
That sounds familiar.
Oh,
You
shunted
can
on
see
the
3
cave.
yellow dots on my map.
Oh.
There is there. 4 yellow dots. Someone just joined them.
I think the rear of my car is fucked.
Oh dear.
Sorry, Richard, that was me that took you out on turn 3. I was just full lock, but just sliding into you. I couldn't steer any sharper.
Time to turn off the damaged in pit lane Jake again.
Ah, come on. That's
Well,
annoying.
mine was nothing last time, it was tiny.
Yeah, it's about this time it's 4/10.
Oh, I got 5/10.
I've managed to do a decent start as well. Got a bit stuck at the hairpin again on the outside. But got a decent launch.
Fuck!
Oh dear.
You live? Yeah, you did. Good boy.
My steering wheel's a bit
out.
Myself. Okay.
Right, this is the corner where I went into Richard before, so I've got to be careful here. Just washed out. I think it's wetter than race 1.
It's not nice to be in second, is it, Jake?
It's not fun back there.
There's a bit of moisture on my windshield. I don't like it. Oh, he's gone. Recovered. Saved. No time gain?
First warning.
Thought so. It did seem like you did.
Damn, so I managed to beat Peter in the first race, but he's 3 positions ahead of me in this race.
Fuck this.
That will not do. Need to get more points on him.
If you go into that corner too hot, the rear just goes, and there's nothing you can do about it. I either brake too early or brake too late. I have not found the sweet spot. Same with turn 1.
Oh, still getting a bit squeezy here.
Help me.
I've fallen and I can't get back up.
Literally.
It's broken.
Anti-stall. Oh, it's off.
I don't know what happened then to the braking. Car just went straight on.
My car didn't fucking stop. I went a bit wide onto the grass out of turn 1. I hit the curb on the inside of turn 1, launched me onto the outside grass, and then I couldn't stop it for the next bend.
Yeah, I thought I braked at the normal place and then suddenly I just went out with you into the distance. So like, okay. Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy,
Fuck
bumpy.
these curbs.
Yeah, they're nasty. I said when you shadow them, they just kill you. It's not. more just having a peek so I can see where the fuck I'm going, to be honest.
So I've got Peter and Keith are the 2 cars ahead of Richard.
I have no idea how I was able to do 1 fucking blistering lap time in quali, 1 in the first race, and all my other laps are just fucking atrocious.
Oh, keep it together now, yeah.
Oh my god, visibility is a joke. This is like one of Darren's rallies. Oh, turned in and had to avoid the sausage.
Oh shit out of the fucking hairpins.
Damn, Richard's got key.
It's not just the Bentley, do not worry.
That's the traction control, it's just stupid.
Whoa.
Whenever I do a few fucking good corners, I've got to wait.
Yeah.
When I
And
do.
then this corner comes up and you usually fuck it.
Oh, there is nowhere to pass on this track. Keith's doing a great job.
Make me noise open.
I'm right next to you, Keith. Please don't come across.
I hate that the deltas are wrong from that last corner.
Oh! This is going to end badly. Oh! Oh, man. That might be another penalty for me, but I'm carrying on because I'm not absolutely sure.
Yeah, just a tad.
Let's get my stop done. Jesus, 22 seconds worth of damage. Oh my god. Oh my god, where the hell am I in the pits as well? Is that going to be any good? Oh no, I'll turn the engine on. Oh, I'm messing it up.
Mandatory stop and start clear. Let's go, go, go.
I think I just tried to overdrive the car.
Yeah, happens a lot in the wet.
Hey, Rick, how you doing, man? How's it going? About the same as usual, so, you know. Was going reasonably alright. I did okay-ish in the first race. I can't remember where I finished exactly, but kind of where I expected to. This one, I was having a really good battle with Richard, Peter and Keith. And I have just tagged Keith and spun him round, but which might have been my fault, but maybe not entirely my fault. So I'm going to wait until Vag afterwards to decide on that. Just done my pit stop.
My
now it's a case of
it's all down here from here.
Just try and chase some people. Whoa. That's very wide. Right, come on, here we go. Peter's only 8 seconds behind me. Right, All going to plan, exactly. It's what I aim for. You know that. How are you doing? How's your hand?
I think you could actually come out of this weekend better. Say weekend. Round better.
I think I've gone for the tactical third place.
So yeah, the tactical third place.
It wasn't tactical, it was a fucking bowl job.
I think third and first for you is more likely to happen than you to get first and third, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get third.
Right, I managed to do the undercut on Richard.
Really struggling with that final corner now. No, go away.
Hang it out! We tried.
Oh, got a bit deep there. Oh, every time, come on. Every time I think I'm on for a good lap, I screw it up somewhere on this circuit.
A good lap is a couple of tenths, but a mistake is fucking a lot more than that. And when I'm doing one good lap for every 5 mistakes, it's not helping.
Doesn't balance the books, does it?
At least you're not alone in that.
Like that mistake. We go drifting.
What TC are you on?
6 and 8.
Okay. Oh my.
Okay. And then he followed you over that sausage? Well, I did follow you over the sausage. I didn't follow you to the spin though.
Oh, that's really bad.
Whoa.
Yeah, that changes a lot.
Yeah, that was Darren at the side of the road that just passed.
I literally called it. I said I've done my 156 and now it's time to choke. I literally thought I went slow into that corner. I just clipped that sausage curb and it just fucking went round. It's not done that
I followed
before.
you over it and then saw you spinning, so I just didn't get back on the power. I was like, oh dear.
I'm not even. I just fucking went. That's so strange.
Thank you.
Oh, turn your mother. Not that much. God. Come on, please just put a couple of decent laps together. No stupid errors. The fact that that was my fastest lap so far is really depressing. Oh no, Shunty's out. Oh man. There's the Hoff again. Up ahead.
Damn it, I tried.
As soon as I see you brake later than me, then I knew you were going straight on.
Yeah, fucking totally fucked that, didn't I?
Right, I'm ahead of Peter again anyway. That's a key thing for me in my championship battle.
That teaches me to watch the pits rather than the corner.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
My crew chief's drunk. He thinks that Al's winning the race.
Yeah!
Oh, that's a better exit.
He's
Got a lot of
right.
time ticking down now. You getting the 59s? Yeah, boy. Here we go.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap. We are at the halfway mark. Still a long way to go.
Come on, turn. It was going so well until it wasn't. I screwed myself in this race by tangling with the Hoff. What would be nice is if Keith decided now was the best time to do his pit stop.
Kiki, do you want to back Matt up a little bit?
Nope. I have my own gap.
Oh god, this is the same spot where we crashed before.
As if I've just done the fastest fucking lap. What is wrong with me? Just string fucking consistent times together, for fuck's sake.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ooh, fastest lap.
He's still there. And he's still
Yeah,
there.
but I'm
Where is
annoyed
he?
at
Where is
myself
he?
for saying it. Makes sense of that.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I don't want to be here. I'm hard on the brakes. Oh my god, I literally was full on the brakes then. I can't remember. Keith brakes a little bit harder for some of these things, a little bit earlier.
Braked a lot earlier than I expected. It's the only way I had to go.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Have I got the job done? Yeah, good battle, Keith. Well done, man. I mean, it's not over just yet. He's still in my view. It's scary in itself. That must be his daughter, yeah. Oh god, what's happened?
What happened
What
there?
happened?
I just fucking lit it up in the pit lane.
Is it sped in the pit lane or?
No, just dropped the jack and fucking lit the rears up.
Very nearly
In the
binned
garage.
it.
Almost in the garage, yeah. Watch on the replay.
Oh no, come on. It's going to hit that sausage and send me straight over. Oh, there was no avoiding that. No, Keith's going to be back ahead of me, isn't he? Where is he? He's there. Is there anyone else there? Yeah.
This track.
Damn it, that was for position. Richard's got me. Damn! Whoa, bit of door bashing. Whoa, with Keith and Richard. Oh my god, yes, Keith's beating! Phew! I was going to say round 3. Although that was good fun, so I'm kind of disappointed. Right, let's see if I can do anything about Richard. Oh, not like that, I won't.
What lap times you doing, Marcus?
1:59.7 is my best.
Just bang my
What are you doing?
Low 57s.
I'm so glad I asked.
It's more so I can stay out for like a few more laps before I go to box. So.
Okay, fair enough.
You're fast enough. Don't worry. You're perfect. Carry on. Continue your battle with Ferret if you get to him.
Bloody trying. Ah, he's cruising away. There's Mike, the strike. Whoa. Thank you, guys. Thanks, chaps.
Sorry, Mike.
The rejoin though.
I just did the most hilarious thing. Oh, you just have to watch the replay, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, Richard's pulling away. I did a cleanish lap then as well. Richard's still stretching it. 58.5 he did, bloody hell.
Goddamn Snetterton with its bumpy fucking pit boxes. It's overshot mine by miles. Might not have more than P3, we'll have a see now.
Tell me about it, mine was just on the top of one of them bumps.
Of course, Ritus isn't driving tonight either.
Damn it, Jake.
What do you do?
He got me. P3 and I'm P4.
Oh, I was gonna have a fucking run on Cal then.
I have to fucking send it.
2 cows off, 2 cows off.
Oh, come on. How much have you paid these guys, Cal?
Not enough to keep paying them, Cal.
It does feel a bit like that, Rick, I have to say. Just not getting anywhere.
I think it's taken this long to get to back markers. It's been good today.
Oh, look at that. It's just horrendous.
Don't think 7 seconds is doable against you, Jake, unless Callan can be a hero for 6 minutes straight.
I'm trying to be my own hero.
Thank you.
I'm in a complete world of my own. Car, gap to car in front, 20 seconds. Gap to car behind, 20 seconds.
I think that's where I'll be before long, with the speed that Richard's pulling away. I'm coming up to D. Reynolds.
Defend like a lion.
He doesn't have to defend. I
I
literally
prefer to
can't.
run away like a cheetah. Run away.
That works too. Don't bin it like a Callum.
Oh, that was that Darren. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I like to talk with the
Unlucky dude.
No money back guarantee, that does.
Oh, nice
I just can't get near 'cause
202.
I can't see a fucking thing when I get about 6/10.
Cool, that was weird. I don't think I braked any later than I normally do. Just didn't have any brakes.
Okay, okay.
Oh, Callum, come on, man.
Wow, that was
Come on, man.
that was questionable.
Are we taking that to the VAR badge?
I think we should, yeah.
Unless Jake returns the position on track, and then we don't have to talk about this situation.
No, but then I have to pass him again.
Oh,
You passed me the last time, you went through me.
that was late on the brakes.
Maybe.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops.
Come on, get it
I had a
together.
bit of a
Last
run.
4
It's
minutes.
the closest I got to a run so
Do a couple
far.
of quali laps.
So I fucking went for it.
Oh, I've got a new follower. Woohoo! And again, no big fanfare that I was expecting on the stream. I will get that fixed for next time, hopefully. Whoa! Just get it back.
Give it in back, Callum. That's what you do. NASCAR style.
I would have close enough.
I think you can be if you don't use your brake.
Come on. Got to stay ahead of Peter. Luckily, he's a little way back.
That's always spice. Yellow flag into sector 3 as you're approaching sector 3.
That was me. I'm clear now.
Oh, okay. I locked up. What the hell was that?
Oh, sorry, Blakey.
That's alright.
That's 2 people you've murdered now tonight.
Oh no!
Don't know what you're talking about.
It's all going horribly wrong.
They're suicides by Aston.
Assisted suicide.
Yeah, Aston assisted suicide.
We've got to brake for turn 1. We have some light damage at the front of the car.
Who have you hit?
The wall. At turn 1. Yep.
Oh, he's fucking crash tracking.
We have a 10-second gap to defend now in 2 laps. The wheel is at least straight to start.
What brake pads have you guys used, by the way?
1.
Okay.
4.
Well, I feel like they're gone. I've used 1.
Yeah, tyres are starting to drop, to be honest.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah, it's a 40-minute race.
Oh no, my
I'm
brakes!
thinking in my head there's a possibility I could be on your arse for like the last corner or something, Callum. 1.8 passing you last lap and the gap was like 3-point-something seconds. But with 2 laps I can do this. And then suddenly turn 1 happened and didn't happen. And now the gap's 10 seconds.
Right, it's going to be this and 1 more, I think.
With 16 seconds of damage.
I have 23 seconds of damage right now. But we're alive, and that's what counts.
Oh yeah, I have got 20 seconds of damage.
All
Of course I
that
have.
proves to me is that the Aston is still OP.
Forgot about that.
Aston OP.
Right, the Aston then, mate.
Oh no, I haven't.
Nah,
Oh yeah, I have.
not a cheater.
It's not
I
set
don't
to
want to
fix
win
it, that's why it's not
championships like
showing.
You're just driving the one that won the most races in AOI, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I got 20
That's what I
seconds of
did.
damage.
Yep.
That'll explain it.
Well, there's also the
I think that's what's causing me
people
problems with
driving
braking.
McLaren, so.
It
Probably
wins when you
steady
take that
back.
into account as well.
Yeah, he's put the stats up so that it's on like a percentage of the cars as well. Like points per car.
Yeah, and the McLaren is by
McLaren.
far the most winningness.
Yeah,
You've got
but
to take
that's
into account that the faster
because there's
people are
more
picking the
McLarens than
faster
anything
car,
else.
No, he's done it as a percentage of points per car.
Ah, sorry, Keith.
3.
It's getting wetter.
You're killing more people out.
I think this race has been
Another
wetter
lap.
than race
Still
1
another
anyway.
lap, Blakey. Or are you just waiting for the leader?
I'm waiting.
Oh man.
Car's got too much damage.
What is up with the deltas on this track? It's
I
ridiculous.
could use this damage as the excuse as to why I wasn't able to keep chasing Blakey. Not Blakey, Richard. Ferret. Oh, cool curb.
Sorry, Keith, that was on me.
Who's that? Is that for position?
I think Keith's in the first
No,
place,
it's
isn't
not. Well done, Mr. Cooley. I think it's Matt, I'm guessing. I think it is. Well done, dude. Started the league with a win.
It didn't finish me.
I've run out of freaking fuel. I've run out of fuel again.
No.
Oh my god.
How much fuel did you put in?
Where are you? Where are you?
37. I am at the... What is this bit? Hang on. I'm about halfway round.
I'm coming.
Actually, I've come past turn 4. Just come past turn 4.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, man. Have you finished?
Push him.
Come on.
I finished. Yeah, I finished.
Nice. I thought I had more than enough. Right, let's put this in neutral, not reverse. Hey, nice. Push me.
Come to help as well.
Got a long way to go. Oh!
Yeah, I'm not sure you're gonna make it.
That was very helpful. Yeah, this might be a bridge too far.
I'll come. I'll try and catch up.
Come on, Blakey.
I'm just going to take him out.
There's a red flag. Oh, shit. What the hell was that?
Blakey just went into you.
Oh, thanks for trying, guys.
Clip that.
I think it's a bit far.
Oh. Yeah, that was too far. Oh, balls.
Can't you cut the track? Can't you?
He's got no
I
fuel.
can't move. I'm literally stationary about a third of the way round.
Yeah,
Who's whacking into me there?
I can't actually push you because it just glitches and lags. And then I don't actually get to push you.
Don't worry, thanks for trying. Somehow I still got 9th. That can't be right.
You probably got that far on that lap, I guess. I think it made DNF.
Yeah, maybe I was...
on,
right.
Simulation
That
GP,
lap.
though.
It was
Okay.
to the end of that lap, so yeah, you probably
Gotcha.
won't, mate.
Drag.
I'll take it. Oh! What do I went 7 litres over what I thought my fuel requirement was.
Get a strike for that.
It's terrible. What, for running out of fuel?
Yes.
My punishment was that I just didn't get to finish the lap and then got whacked and my safety rating diminished.
Oh.
Through several contacts.
Yeah, quite a few.
Can we all
First
agree?
bumper cars.
Can we all agree never to do Stetterton again?
Oh, it's
I'm
horrible,
happy.
horrible circuit.
It wasn't a conscious choice. It came up on the wheel of misfortune.
Take it off the wheel.
Yes, noted.
And then as you spin it, it breaks and the arrow lands in the bin pointing at Snetterton with it. Like,
Yeah, where it was scribbled out, yeah.
We're going Snetterton either way.
Right, well done. Is it Matt Cooley?
Thank you very much.
Well done, dude. Jake second, Callum third. Kiki, man, I expected more from you.
20-second penalty.
Oh, yeah. Alright, to be fair, you did pretty well then. Bloody hell. Right.
Are you on Twitch, Marcus?
Yes, if anyone wants to join the stream for the VAG, it's on Twitch now, not the usual YouTube. And obviously, follows would be much appreciated.
There's absolutely nothing to check me for.
I seem to remember last time you said that.
We can be all right without.
Yeah, to be fair, I've got a few to dish out for myself as well, I think. I killed Keith a couple of times.
I think I've got my first strike tonight.
I was going to say we need to watch Keith of like every lap of every race, don't we? See what he's got up to this week.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, actually, yeah, Keith, if you're listening, I need to talk to you about something. Yeah, Callum, you're not on the board.
Welcome to the board, Cal.
I've never had a strike. I've not had a strike yet. I've got one tonight.
Nice.
I will own and say I've got one tonight.
Right, we will look for that. Well done, everybody.
You should have a strike for not having a strike.
Yeah, it's true. I think it was a rule we put. If you get to the 6th round without any strikes, you automatically get some strikes. Right. Quit. What is raiding? Right. Kiki's just raided me with a party of 1. What does that mean exactly? Had a great race for about 4 laps with Blakey in race 2. Laps 8 to 11, I think. Nice. Rick, you must have done, surely. Oh, you little teacher's pet. You haven't either. We're going to make it a bad thing to be that well behaved, like it was at school. It's an absolute cuss if you were that well behaved. Kiki Mac Gaming with a party of one. I still don't get what that means. It means that I've ended my stream and brought all my viewers to your stream. Oh, Kiki, you little legend. Thank you, dude. My viewers being Rick. Who I think was here anyway. I've got another follower. Thank you, guys. You're all... See, this is great that you're following. Love it. But I had set something up, so you might be a little bit early. Because I'd set a thing up to sort of go... Kiki Mac Gaming is now following, or whoever it is. But it hasn't worked, so I'm a bit disappointed. Yes, Rick was here as well anyway. So, Kiki, your contribution is useless, man. You can do better than that. Right, let's get to it. As I mentioned last week, we really need a better system for organising this because it's bloody hard to to find them. Oh, who's that? Oh. Right, race 1 is where... I'm going to guess it's that one.
Organisation is dull.
Yeah, this is true, but it might save a lot of time and fannying around. Right. Oh, man. Let's get... Right, we'll start with the new guy, Mr. Cooley. Try and get a really high up view of race 1, turn 1. What am I doing here? Oh my god! No, that's why I'm not controlling. Sorry if this is making you all seasick. Right, here we go. So we're going to watch the first sort of half the field going into turn 1. Eventually, this is the warm up. Still the warm up. Let's come even higher on this. This is harder to do when I've got these 3 screens because I've got to make sure I'm only looking at the middle screen. Right, here we go. Aston assisted suicide lap 1. Right, here we go. So we got 6, 7 cars in view there. Just about 8.
You're like ahead of me at the start, Kiki. What the hell?
I was behind you, but I was doing 69.7.
Oh, so that'll look good between everyone there. Let's check out the hairpin.
So you've got the fucking
let's see this send.
Oh, so hang on. What happened there? I think that was just a little bit of gentlemanly...
You see the second hit that I do?
Gentlemanly rubbing, we'll call that.
It's the same thing with Josh, though,
It's a little knock. Oh, then he does straighten him up. Yeah, fair enough. I heard you say in chat that was deliberate, and I didn't believe you. But now watching that, I think I do. Nicely done. So that was Jake on Kiki, I think.
I'll send you a link.
So let's just check it into turn 3, and then we'll go back and watch the cars a little bit further back. Yeah, all very nice. Well done, gentlemen. You did a stunning job there. Right, let's go with Peter Robinson. Because then we should be able to see... Let's go back anyway. Is this warm? Oh yeah, this is the formation lap still. Has the race started? No, right, I'm guessing not. So Peter is the blue and yellow Aston next to the pink and grey Lambo. 725. Okay, cool. Very useful to know. Is it always 725? Oh no, it wouldn't be because it's different length circuits. What am I talking about? What's that noise? What was that noise? Oh, it's my follow alert! It's coming out my speakers, not my headphones. So the audio thing worked, but the thing on the screen that go, it didn't. Damn, I missed whoever it was that followed me. Oh, that's wicked. First time chat from Ferret, I think is what that might have been. No, hang on. Oh, it's Happy Hour followed. Oh, Blakey tipped me. Dude, you really didn't need to do that. I feel bad. This isn't... Oh, I've explained it before. The tip thing is for the guys that aren't regular, you know, part of the group, the squad, like yourself, who've shown your commitment and dedication to the team and group for long enough. So I didn't need a donation, but thank you, mate. That's very much appreciated. But I didn't hear what your message was because it didn't come out of my headphones. Damn, I'm gutted. I was so excited about seeing that as well. Right, anyway, back to the important stuff. What happened here? I don't think there's any misbehaving, to be honest. I'm looking for a reason to strike Kinky, if I'm honest, but I went so wide there. I don't know if that was a... Oh, hang on. Someone else is doing it. Hang on. Whoa. I just heard another noise. Oh, it's the Hoff following me. So Happy Hour followed. Hoff followed me. Hoff, I thought you already did. Oh, no, you're under a different name. Damn, I'm missing the... Well, I'm going to put my headphones like that. Oh, that's not really working. Right, there we go. Right, I think turn 1, lap 1 was good. By everyone.
Let's check to AOR doing some challenger races. I'm going to jump in and do that now, but thanks for the race and stuff, and I'll see you guys later.
Nice one, mate. I'll message you if you've got any strikes.
Don't think I do, but...
No, I think you're all right this week. Cheers, buddy. Well done.
See ya.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you next week.
Cheers, anyone that's leaving now.
Take care.
Oh, there's a couple of cars off the side of the road there. Right, so we need to check out what that was all about. I think one of them was Richard. Yeah. Oh, there we go. And... Ow. Okay. Oh, so this is Al pleading his innocence about something. So let's check this out. Oh, he did wait for you afterwards, did he? All right, let's just see. Oh, I mean, that's pretty murderous. Yeah, he's been a gent about it, or was that just because he couldn't get past? No, he is waiting. It's already been pointed out, Al. Don't worry about that. I'm thinking half a strike. Full strike if you'd carried on. In fact, you know what? No, I'm gonna let that one go because you had to wait a long time. So your race was hindered and damaged more than Richard's was. So I think that's fair enough. Callum thinks half. No strike. Remember that for race 2. Oh, really? The tip message was, please no more rain. Oh, that's from Blakey. I didn't make the choice, Blakey. In fact, nobody made the choice. It came up on the wheel of misfortune. Thank you so much, though, dude. That's really kind of you. Right. My chat apparently is paused because of scrolling. Can't be right. Yes to rain, no to this track. Yeah, I kind of agree. We've had some really fun races in the rain so far. And that one probably made this track better than it would have been in the... Well, for me personally, better than it would have been in the dry. Right, anything else for this first race? I'm trying to think. Did I hit Keith in this race? No. It must have been... That was a long running thing in the second. I think I hit Ferret, Richard, and Keith. So I'm possibly on for 2 strikes. Can anyone else think of anything? Because we could probably fly through this if, unless anyone can think of anything specifically for this one, for race 1. Could just randomly flick through and see anyone that's sort of off. For you, it was all in race 2. Yeah, me too, Peter. I've had 2 good races on this track, GT4 and this one. You did have a really good race, Keith, and I'm so sorry that ours ended in you having a spin. I will take responsibility, and it's probably a strike for me, technically. However, I am looking forward to seeing the badge because your positioning was questionable. It's probably the best way I could put it, but I might be completely wrong. I had a go at somebody in the AOR race yesterday and it turned out it was 100% my fault because I thought I was somewhere else on the track. Right, this all looks... This all looks pretty good, I think. First 2 laps. What, of race 2? Okay. I think there's probably quite a lot to look at in race 2. So let's just jump straight there then. Oh, Mike. Oh, well held. No. Oh, yes, he got it back. Good job, Mike. Mike, this could be the second week in a row where you don't get a strike. You're not living up to your name at all. 23 followers. I'm so chuffed. If you're in a following mood, Shunty McShuntface. And I think if we get him enough followers, that'll encourage him to regularly start streaming again. He did one the other day, which wasn't meant to be comedy, but it actually was, from about 11 minutes in. So go and check that out and give him a follow. Right, let's go straight to race 2. And obviously anyone that doesn't already follow the Kiki Mac, Z Rhino, I think it is. That's Gordon's. You probably already do, most of you guys follow those. This is race 2. Right. Hey, Jamie. Oh, yes. Yes. Right, Darren, I'm going to unfollow you unless you do at least one rally event per week. It could be your one. In fact, please make it your one because that might encourage you to make them slightly easier and less nighty and rainy. Yeah, I think that should be the deal. Everybody only follow Shunty McShuntface if he agrees that he will take part in at least one of the rallies every week. It could be the shortest one, the one stage one. Anything, just so that your name is on a leaderboard for us to chase at some point. And if you don't, we'll take our follows back. Right, anyway, race 2. Let's try and do the same again. So we'll get further up. We'll go right to the front this time. We'll go with Jake. Okay. What did Kiki say? It was about 7 minutes something. Let's go here. This should be pretty safe. There we go. Right, here we go. Yeah, exactly, Hoff. He has to finish a rally event a week. Right, so we've got Jake in the front, Kiki second in the lighter green Aston. I mean, it's an Aston party up the front there. Third place is the blue Aston of Cooley. And then another green Celtic Bromance one of Waring. Oh, that's door to door coming into turn 1. Oh, all very gentlemanly and safe. Nicely done. Jake held on to it. Into the hairpin. Oh, a little nudge. Does it go around? No. Oh, there's trouble behind. But again, I think that was just a door to door and everyone got away with it from Callum. So, right. Yeah, I think Callum had a little... I think it was just a rub and there were no major consequences. So let's just check that out. But the front 4 or 5 got away. Yeah, no strikes for things like that. He straightened him up again as well, so similar to Jake and Kiki. Oh! Right, so Callum, no, you're good there. Happy Hour doesn't agree. Are you rallying tomorrow or Friday? I'm hoping to catch up on the rallies tomorrow. I think I have a relatively free day tomorrow, but I'd be better off doing iRacing practice on Friday. Yeah, I'm going to try and do it tomorrow. I've scheduled it on the Twitch thing to do it on Friday, but I think I will try and do it tomorrow, but I'll let you know. Rally and LMP2 practice. Well, I might do some LMP. Yeah. When could I do that? Rubbing his race. Yeah, well, that was good. What are you talking about? The Callum bit, rubbing his racing, good pass. Yeah, that was good. I'm not sure what's going on behind was quite as good, so we'll check that out. I'll be doing something, but I'm not going to stream my LMP2 practice because I need to concentrate properly because we've got the races this weekend. We're waiting to confirm a fourth driver, or he's already in, but it's actually his circumstances have changed, so he might not be able to do it. So that will determine which time slot we do. At the moment, it's Darren Rayfield, myself, Darren Hunter, and Rink Visser. If all four of us are there, we're looking at midnight. No, we're not. Or were we? No, 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. on Friday night through to 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. So not exactly prime viewing time, but just to let you guys know if you wanted to watch the start and the end or something. If Darren Rayfield can't make it, then it'll be Darren Hunter, Rink, and myself. And the preferred time is going to be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday. But again, I'll let you know. Oh, it's agreed, is it, that we're going to do the 7 a.m.? Okay, well, assume now then we're going to do Saturday 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. whether Darren Rayfield joins or not. I think that's how that's worked out. I don't know. But just assume that's right. I'll stream the whole thing, but obviously I don't expect you to watch the whole thing because I wouldn't, to put it that way. Right, let's get on with what we're here for. So, Callum and whoever that was he was battling with. Who was it battling with? Josh? I think it was. That's okay. We're just racing. And then we've got the Lexus driven by Richard. Oh, now that is Josh, isn't it? 34. No. Yes, it is, yeah. Josh is 34. Does he? No. Let's do chase cam. What am I doing? All right. Right, so he's already had a bit of a rub, Callum. It's impossible to tell from there because I can't see his steering wheel. Let's do this one, but from a bit further back, like that. Still can't really see his steering wheel. Oh my good God. Oh! Oh! What is going on? Little gentle movement. Come on. We might not be able to see his steering wheel still, but let's have a look. He definitely doesn't turn. Yeah, I think it could be Ferret. We'll have a look from your cockpit, shall we? Yeah, I think that might have been you. But I'm not saying anything because I definitely murdered Ferret, so I'm loath to accuse him of anything. Oh yeah, just a slight turn to the left. Sorry, dude. I'm going to have to give the strike on that. Chase. Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's go back on that. Let's go chase cam first. From Ferret. I think it's because Cal's there. Yeah, that's why you start moving to the left. Because it looked like you might have had the run on Callum. I'm judging strike. Just because I haven't done one yet. Oh, cheers, Mike. Thank you, mate. Same kind of race as usual. Your pace was good tonight, and I don't think I even had to lap you at any point tonight. The pace, actually, the wet weather seemed to just equalise everything a little bit because there wasn't much lapperage going on. So, anyway, well done, Mike. No strikes for you that I'm aware of. You're still only on... So we call you Mike the Strike, but you're only on 1.5. I'm on 4. No, I'm not. I'm on 5. Probably 7 after tonight. Who am I looking for? Oh, my mind's gone blank, which is really rare and strange. Who am I looking for? Oh, Richard. Richard, are you not even on here? Wow, welcome to the board, Richard. This is your first strike. Man. Pritchard, 1. Dude. Impressive. Yeah, hardly any blue flags, just no lapping. Shunty McShuntface. You can find a list of all commands here. Stream elements, Lightning Magoo commands. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's like this. So if I go like this, watch this. Although that link has changed, so don't everybody try and go onto that, because that link is now wkgstore.com. See, nice, eh? Or this one. There you go. That's the drivers for the 12-hour Sebring. Getting there, getting the hang of it, and the voice announcement worked, which was very strange. I don't think actually socks are not in the shop, but that's about the only thing I haven't got now. Yeah, you're right, Keith. Tonight, this track. Well, is it short? No, it's not, I suppose. But yeah, this track in the rain was actually not a bad equaliser. I mean, we'll see in a minute. I mean, the pace difference between yourself and me, very minimal. That's why it was so hard to overtake. Yeah, I'm saying nothing, Peter. We've had plenty of discussions about the purpose, the main use of WKG socks in the past. Did I get my P5? Oh, that's the other thing I meant to do. Callum, I will do that. Sorry, dude. Yeah, Herr Magoo said he'd handle it. I did say I'd handle it, and I completely didn't. Yes, I will reinstate your P5 for round 5. Easy to remember. Round 5 race 1? I think it was. I'll have a look. Right, anyway, let's get on with some of this. Anything else I need to know? I know my ones. I don't know when they are, but I know what I did. Oh, in fact, right, let's play this through. Because my first one could be this. Oh, and then, hang on. Oh, then he gets rammed in the arse. First lap halfway through-ish. Okay, we'll come on to that in a moment, Shunty. Right, so if... I'm hard on the brakes and full lock. Oh, but no, it's still my fault. Oh, and then that happened. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much of a defence. Let's see, am I full on the brakes? I think I'll come off them to try and get some steering back. Yeah, for a second. Sorry, everybody. It might well do. Is that Matt, MPCV1? I think it is. I thought we were agreeing that the consequences of an incident shouldn't affect the judgment. Because all that was a very gentle slide. Let's go helicam. I mean, admittedly, that's definitely a strike. I'm not trying to argue against a strike. But I don't think it should be any more than a strike. Oh, just drifting is so annoying. My front's just drifting, just washing out. Who gave me the second hit? That was worse for me than your contact. Thank you, Ferret. Right, so... yeah, whoever that was, they're the ones that should really be in trouble. That's looking to me like... oh, yeah. Although, to be fair, who is that? Is that? I forget which car's which. That's Kinky, isn't it? To be fair, he had to avoid me. So, right, I'm taking a strike. I'm up to... Jesus, I've lost... This is double points deductions for me. Is that better for you guys, where you just got the board there instead of my Penfold face? 6 for me. No one else gets any kind of strike from that because it was in avoidance of what I had caused. And I am really sorry, Richard. That was just winning too hot, so the front was washing out. Couldn't do anything about it, but it was misjudgment on my part. So, mea culpa. Right, anything else? Oh, Darren, halfway through the first lap. Down. Oh, you're up to 8th at this point, Shunty. I like that silver and yellow livery, by the way. That looks good. It's just for comedy value, let's watch your first few bends as well. Whoa, look at Mike! Whoa! Where did Mike come from? He sent that from a long way back. I'm still drinking this beer, by the way. It looks like a champagne bottle. It's actually really nice. I've cut right down. This is... So I had a very small glass earlier. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, that's all right. Very small glass earlier, and I'm only having another very small glass, but I've cut right back on the beer, and I've not eaten any junk for nearly 2 weeks now. Like a single bit of chocolate. Oh, apart from that mini cupcake that I had the other day. But I've been properly good. I just need to do some exercise to go with it. This is all nice, Darren. It's all clean. Oh! Oh, nice one, Peter. See, I could have gone the other way. I think that's more... I'd probably get more congratulations if I'm just like, this is my 19th beer today, and then try sim racing, than I've had 2 very small glasses. Right, I'm just going to have to refresh my palate before I digest what just happened. I mean, you know, it's not hard to make a judgment on this one. Into the braking zone. Well, no, you don't. Hey, who is that you hit? Oh, that's Josh again. Oh, and then who hits you? That is Darren Reynolds in the... No, it's not. 71. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, sorry. Darren Reynolds in the other Porsche. And he gets ploughed into by Ferret. So again, if I'm out because of 3 cars' involvement in my incident, I give you Shunty McShuntface. I just want to see that from Darren's cockpit, just to try and get into the mind of a natural-born shunter. Just try and see what the thought process was on the actions. This might give us an insight into it. Yeah, I mean, that's all very good. Whoa, that's not. That bend, to be fair, from that view, that bend comes up a lot sooner than I was expecting it to. Oh look, there's this beautiful pink Lambo about to wave as he goes past. There we go. Sorry, remember there was no stripe for the same thing in the first race? What, for killing 3 people? No, I don't remember that. Looking at the position of the cars, you'd think the track goes the other way. It's true. No brakes are the thought. Yeah, exactly. That was the thought process. Braking? Nah, not today. Right. It gives me no pleasure at all. Honestly. Did that work? Oh no, it does the wrong camera. Right, that didn't work at all. Oh, that's not worked either. Oh, well, oh, hang on. I've messed it up. I've messed it up. It's my own fault. The game's gone. No, we're back. Right, sorry about that. Yeah, it gives me no pleasure in awarding Darren the Shunter Hunter his 3rd strike. Unlucky. Distracted looking in the mirror. This was no time to be doing your makeup. There was a race going on. Right. Any more for any more? Oh, Callum had 4 beers before quality and then 4 during the race. That's skill. Matt had 4 beers during the race as well. I'm an amateur, aren't I? Clearly. Right, Peter. Oh, yeah, of course. First 2 laps of race 2. Right, here we go. Well, literally just watch the first 2 laps. I mean, I don't mind, but it's better be entertaining than Peter. What should we do? Heli? That's usually the best way to watch these things. That's still just formation, isn't it? And away we go. Is that Blakey in the that one? Yeah. Okay. So Peter up the inside of me. No, I'm not having that. Oh, little tag, but nothing. No, that's all good. Blakey around the outside. Very late on the brakes. Does he keep it on? Yeah, he does. Alright, managed to get through all of that. Right, okay, you're going to be part of this? Yeah, of course you are. Oh, yeah. Right, that was my fault, so no worries there. Oh, a little rubbing with Keith, but that's alright. That's all good. What happened to Darren that close to the final, after that, close to the final turn? I'll have a look in a minute. What, on the same lap? Oh, there's the shunter move. You were lucky not to get caught up in that one, Peter. Creepy Pete and the Hoff. This is the battle. I love that camera. Because of my split screen, you're not getting all of it. I sense drama ahead, because you've got Josh, who's incredibly fast, coming up behind you. You've got Keith, who was defending like a lion today. He was absolutely brilliant. Josh around the outside. That's a bold move. Beautifully put. Oh. Bit more door to door. Oh. Sort of boxed in there, but that's good racing, all three of you. Well held, Peter. Josh down the inside of Keith now. Oh! Oh no! Is that a Hoff strike? Is that a Hoff strike? I think we're going to have a new name for them. For Keith, because... Well, actually, no, he's a mass less than me still. That's not a Hoff strike. I'll tell you what that is. That could be a Peter strike. Yeah. Sorry, Peter. That's on you, man. You're right, Hoff. That was not a strike for you. That is definitely... Oh. Definitely a strike for Peter until this replay. Let's have a look. Yeah. Unlucky that you spun from it, but as with Darren, it gives me no pleasure in giving you a strike. Please don't tell me this is... Oh, no, it's not. It's your third. I was going to say, this can't be your first as well. All right, and I'm led to believe there's more to come as well on this, so let's just keep watching. Look before the three of us at the start of the straight. What, the one we've just been through, or is this a future thing? No strike, he came off worse. Sorry, dude, that's not how we work. That was a late break. It's kind of like a preventative thing. It's like, this is what's going to happen if you do that again. And as you can see from Darren Hunter, he's learned very, very well not to brake late, because it could cause devastation to other drivers around you. And that's from getting strikes in previous races. So this is you following Mike. I'm ignoring Darren's comment for the moment. I'm going to pretend I haven't seen it on the screen. It's true, Al. He's learned that if you use the car in front to brake, you've still got a chance of getting around the corner. Oh, there's Blakey's off again. I think Blakey had serious damage from the turn 3 incident. Oh, here we go. Peter's setting Keith up again for another move. The 111 incident. I don't know what you're talking about. Is that what that's going to be called now? The 111 incident? Oh, we nearly did it again. Jake dive bomb 3730. Okay, Callum. Thank you, my friend. Whoa, whoa. I'm pretty sure I joined this race. Am I? Oh yeah, I'm a bit further back at the moment. But I think I joined this battle quite soon with yourself and Keith. You might have been a couple of seconds up the road. No real contact, only because I couldn't turn in. Okay. I will be the judge of that. Kalimazoo. Well, I'll keep for having your flashing rain light on as well. Alright, I'm expecting an overtake attempt here. We've got good straight line speed. Definitely closing. Definitely closing? No. Thought better of it. Probably wise, because I'll show you what happened when I tried to overtake Keith into that very same corner in a few laps' time. But this lap's not done yet, so I was promised good things for the first 2 laps. We've basically got this corner and one sharp left to come. Something better happen, Peter. I'm going to be bitterly disappointed. Whoa, Keith run wide is coming back across the track. And he's got him. Okay, we've got an overtake. I'll give you that. Right. Is that... Am I missing something, Peter? Because all that happened there by you drawing my attention to the first 2 laps is you got a strike out of it. Right, so 37:30, Jake dive bomb. Let's have a look. Back 1 lap. It was at the start of the previous... Okay, I'll come back to it in a second. Right, let me just see this dive bomb first then that Jake does on Callum. I thought we watched from your first and second lap. Can't be here, surely not. Where can he dive from here? Has Jake got a strike yet? Hang on, I'll have a look in a second. I just want to see the dive. Oh, is he going to be into the final turn? This can only end badly, surely. Right, Callum, before I look at it too deeply, did he give you the position back? Has Jake got any strikes yet? No! Jesus, there's another one that hasn't had any strikes yet. I can't believe that of Jake. Find somewhere where there's room on the board. Oh, I'll tell you, I'll just remove that line. Put them at the top. So, I mean, this is looking like it could be his first strike. Let's go. No different to what Callum did to Josh. That's the same as Cal's lap 1 move on Josh. Was on the comms to say give it back. We watched, you ignored. I ignored what? I didn't see. What? Hang on. Right, I'm going back to that. Hang on. All I got was the AOR whoops response. Oh, I heard that. I mean, it's not looking good for you, Cal, in terms of popular opinion. It's looking like this could be a, you know, just let it go. Yeah, in fact, Cal did make contact twice, I believe, in that first corner incident. This has backfired, Nick Cal. Right, let's take it from here. I mean, it is a bit of a dive bomb. It kind of makes the corner. If he'd run any wider than that, it'd be a definite strike. Strike for Jake and Cat. Right, one last view of this from cockpit, and then we need to make a judgment, all right? From that view, my instinct is there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to... right, so Callum can't turn in. Granted. And you probably would have been spun if you had turned in. But it just looked like a legit but aggressive overtake. But... nor could Josh earlier. Your dad's all over this, Callum. He wants you to hang for this one. Right, coming in, final judgment. Best out of 3. So the first 2 answers will decide. No, not necessarily. If they're the same. Right, come on, strike or nay. Josh did turn in, but I used him. Both strike. I don't think you should get a strike, Callum. It's just whether Jake gets one. At the moment, I'm thinking no strike to either of you. Happy Al thinks both strike as well. Jake needs a strike. He does. Both or neither. Alright, you're both getting a strike then. Jesus. This is becoming a little bit more tactical than fair. Or properly sort of analysed and judged. Yeah, Callum makes the board. Welcome, Callum, for popping your strike cherry. Oh god, I can't ride with the board like this. Be interested to see if we get to the end of the season, there's anyone that hasn't had a strike all season. Strikes make prizes. Exactly, it shows you're committed. Right, okay, right. So apparently I was very rude. Missed what was going on with Peter right at the beginning. Right, before I start, what am I looking at? What am I looking for? Cunning plan. Last race of the season. Every strike you have before the start of the last race receives 5-second penalty. Oh, I like that. End of lap 1. Okay. So where are we on the lap here? Let's just quickly... Oh, this is still really early on, isn't it, I think? Yeah, we've not even come to the hairpin yet. Right. So end of lap 1. Heli view. Where are we on track? Still not at the end. Right, here we go. No, this isn't the end of lap 1. Okay, so is this coming into the final turn? I think it is. Right, okay. So you've got Josh. Keith's just ahead. I did watch that. I thought that was brilliant driving by all 3 of you. I commented on that. It's a bit door nudgy from Josh, but I thought that was good driving. I don't feel so bad now. I definitely did watch it and commented at the time. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, Keith went wide. Yeah, that's good. That's just good door rubbing. That was good racing. You held it really well, Peter. Josh was just, I mean, he was well out of position, so just very late on the brakes to catch back up the rest of Celtic Romance, really. That was good. I thought it was 50-50. I thought that was good from both of you. Let's watch again. Let's watch it from your car on Chase Cam. Well, that was quite an aggressive jink to the left. I think it's because he's just coming back off that rumble strip at the side. Yeah, I think he's actually just lost traction a little bit, then tried to straighten it. Oh, second one. Twice jinked to left, you're right. Yours was just rubbing and you got a strike. That's more than rubbing. Have you ever had a massage where someone's rubbed you that hard? Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to know. Right, I'm thinking then cockpit view for Josh. This could be a determining factor here. Because there were two very clear jinks to the... I need to see his steering wheel more clearly again. Can't get it in this car. Okay. Might be able to see steering wheel movement from this now. It's not the nicest of views, but yeah, we should be able to see the steering wheel. So hard I screwed. Oh god. I like I said, I didn't want to know. So that one's crept in as a bit of a slide. Ah, it's impossible to tell. I've got to say that was just 50-50, good hard rubbing. Tried to go left of Keith. Crew chief says clear before he actually was. Crew chief's been so unreliable recently. When you used to be an athlete. I've had a... Actually, after one of the Davina McCall bike rides, like the charity 100 miles or whatever it was, I had a sports massage afterwards. That was some hard rubbing, and that hurt as well. Not by Davina McCall, I hasten to add. She wasn't dishing out the massages herself. And there definitely was no happy ending. I had to then wheel my bike back to the car in absolute agony. Strike for Rick. I'm happy. Davina always gives a happy ending. Did you see she did an introduction to one of our videos? She said something like, Marcus Neal, WKG. I can't remember what she said anyway. But she was really nice. She probably gets pestered to do all sorts of things when she does these public appearances, but she was just in the queue for food with me and was really nice. Right, I'm saying no strike at all for that, because I thought that's the kind of racing I want to see, as long as no one ends up the wrong way round. Right, I'm going to get to myself and Keith, because that also was a really, really good bit of racing. Not bigging myself up, but some of the finest racing you're ever likely to see, until the point where it got a little bit wrong. Right, so I've been chasing Josh. Yeah, see, Peter, you're just in front of Josh there. Not Josh, sorry, Richard. And then the fact that Richard managed to get ahead of you two meant that he was long gone. And then I just got involved in this titanic battle with Keith, which was brilliant fun. I used to get sports massages every other week or so when I was doing mountain bike enduros. I can imagine you need them after some heavy mountain biking. Right, so Keith looked like he'd opened the door there, but I just couldn't turn in tight enough. This was good fun, Hoff. Although I do still need to give you a telling off in a minute and actually a punishment, which I'll talk to you about in a second. Yeah, he was quick. He took a few laps to find his pace, Richard, and then he was just gone. I really struggled. In fact, I wanted to chase him later on in this race and just had no chance. Right, so Hoff's on ride again. You exchange an old aquarium for 6 sports massages. What about Silverstone punishment? That's what I'm going to talk to Hoff about in a minute. There was an incident that went completely unnoticed at Silverstone, Keith, that I need to have a stern word with you about. Yes. And there will be a punishment as well. Just because I like you doesn't mean you get away with it completely. Alright, this is the one. So I've gone around the outside. Ah, that is... So, this is what's hard to determine, right? Technically, I hit Keith. But I've gone around the outside of him. Oh, you can't really... Oh, you can. You can just see where his wheel is. Then he comes back. Oh, but do I hit him? Or does he turn in on me? I genuinely want to know the answer to this because I've made wrong decisions based on this particular kind of incident in the past. I mean, from that, it doesn't look good. Just a freeze frame from there doesn't look good. But I only hit that sausage because I was in kind of avoidance. Or that's how I remember it. So let's have a look. Right. So I'm round the outside. Oh, well, that was the shittiest view ever. I get what you're saying, but I was already... See, my point is, I would have been happy not to have made the... Not to have made the overtake stick, but just to have survived. Because that's why, when I see that Keith's come back... So I'm around the outside. When I see he's come back, I slow right down. But that's as slow as I can go. No, I didn't wait for him because I didn't think I was necessarily in the wrong at that point in time. You sticking your nose in and hoping he jumps out of the way. I'm not even on track. Oh my God, you lot are... No. How have you seen it? Oh my God. Right, cockpit. This will do it. Look. You'll see exactly what I see, right? Oh, you can't see exactly what I see, but I'm alongside Keith now. I'm now well ahead of Keith. And then I see him come back there. You killed Keith, bastard! I did back out, Rick. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't back out any further. Oh my God. See, when you make my voice go this high and squeaky, you know that I'm agitated. Right. Right, I'm full on the brakes there. See? Right, I'm ignoring you like arseholes. 3 screens did see him, but there was nothing I could do about it. Oh. If I'd waited, no strike, but I didn't wait. I'd kind of slowed down for a second, look. Oh, no, I didn't. I just pinned it and went. All right, well, listen, you know. Nobody's above the rules, even the mighty Lightning Magoo. Again, I use every opportunity to refer to myself in the third person now that I have my superhero identity. Didn't hang it out enough through the left, then keeled into the right. That is because I saw him coming, so I backed out of it. I could have. Look where I'm braking, right? Every other lap, I'd have let off the... Well, look, you can see there, I have let off the brakes. And then I see him, and I'm back on the brakes. Ordinarily, I would have stayed off the brakes, but I didn't. I backed out of it, and that's what caused the problem. And I'm full on the brakes there. Anyway, I've given myself the strike. Sorry, Keith, because that was really good fun up to that point. Yeah, he's a bit of a murdering son of a bitch. I would like him to go. Oh. Yeah. The dark side of the Magoo. Right. Alright, I've stricken myself with that. What else? Come on. Because I can wrap this up. Oh, it's 10 past 10. It's later than I wanted anyway. Good God. I must order myself... Oh, what day is it? It's Wednesday. Do Amazon do any decent sim racing gloves that I could get next day delivery? I'd really like some better gloves than this for... Shit, it's not even going to arrive, is it? I'll see if there's any tonight that can arrive tomorrow, but I doubt it. I'd like some better ones for the 12-hour, because these actually aren't that comfortable after a fair amount of time. And they're not doing much to protect the suede anyway, so... Marigons, yeah, I could do. Oh, I should have just done that, shouldn't I? You finished half an hour ago. Oh, yeah, Darren, your race ended very early, didn't it? To be honest, very clever by Keith to let the car roll through left to put you in trouble for the right. Yeah, I mean, he's a devious old fox. He definitely, you know, he definitely thought that through. Did Darren's steering go? Did Darren's steering go? I don't know. Did your steering go, Darren? I was going to make you wait behind me when you pitted, but I had to pit. Oh, yes, I saw you. Ah, yeah. Oh, actually, you had the last laugh because I ran out of fuel anyway. But yeah, I was coming up to you again and you pitted. I was quite glad about that. Rafa have some nice gloves for a... Thank you, Peter. Again, read these in your head before you read them out loud. I never learn. I need full finger gloves. I don't want any of the fingerless stuff. I think I just got wide, but steering was out at some point. Was that the when he killed 3 people? Was that what you're talking about, Rain Man? Silverstone replay. Ah, okay, right. Yes. Before we go then, let's come out of this. I need to be the bearer of some bad news for another murderer in our midst. Murderer in our midst. Midst. I'm doing it, Peter. Silverstone race 1 it was, towards the end. Keith, you looking forward to this? Where the friggin' hell is it? Oh, hang on, here we go. It's even further back. Silverstone, that's race 2. That's race 1. Yeah, Keith, are you sitting down? This is quite shocking. Let's go cockpit. Again, to try and get in the mind, in the mind of a killer. This is a whole new series I'm going to start. The Minds of Killers with Lightning Magoo. Right, it's right near the end. Not that near the end because Jason was still in the race at this point. Can't work out where we are. Let's just run this for a second. In my defence, he should have been TQ'd for taking out the braking markers and spoiling my race. Right, you've probably not done yourself any favours there, Hoff, because the biggest problem with this is intent. If this was, as I'm hoping it wasn't, if this was a deliberate manoeuvre, then the punishment will be more severe. Yeah, new to Netflix. The Mind of a Killer. Lightning McQueen. Is this even it? I gave Jason a punishment, by the way. He got 2 strikes, a double strike for taking out the marker boards. Is Jason still ahead of you at this point? Because that's what I need to know. 14-19, thank you. Okay, right, so we're not far off it. I only saw this for the first time today, by the way. I had promised to look at it earlier on in the week. And probably should have dealt with it privately. But I figured we'll treat this as part of a normal kind of VAG session. And deal with it as though we were dealing with a live VAG session. Right, so... Right, so you clearly had damage. Your steering is buggered. I mean, look at that. That is all being taken into account. I mean, look, you're steering totally to the right. Right, there goes Jason. I'm not fussed about cutting the corner. That's fine, because you had no steering. Right. Ouch. Right, now Hoff. I can see... I'm going to try and be devil's advocate here, right? Because I know Keith. So I can't believe... Right, I can't believe there'd be any intention here. So you are steering full on to the right here. That's full lock to the right. Which gives me hope that there was no malice in this. This is at half speed, by the way. So I'll watch it from the outside in a minute. I just want to see the movements. So that's full lock and you've come off the throttle. Which, like I say, is what I'm hoping proves there was no intent. So full throttle there, then off on the brakes. Actually, no braking, just off the throttle. I know you couldn't steer at all. That is one of the main mitigating factors in this. But you didn't brake, and clearly he hates Tic Tacs. Makes him see red. Right, so we've seen what your movements are. Let's just watch this in its full horror. Yeah, this is this thing other race drivers use, Darren, from time to time. Is it unfair of me to take personalities into account? Because I know Keith, and there is not right exactly what Keith has just said. There was nothing in my mind that would make me think this was deliberate because he was pissed off about the brake markers. I know he was pissed off about the brake markers, but I think it just happened that it was Jason that was there. I hope I'm right, and I'm absolutely sure I'm right. And I don't want to come across all wussy about this, and it's like, oh, because it's a mate, and blah, blah, blah. I genuinely cannot believe there was any malice or intent in this whatsoever. I think, because he's on full lock with totally broken steering, and it just happened to be that it was Jason that was there, which is why there was a question about whether this was a deliberate take him out because he took the braking boards out. Yeah, and as Keith said, he thought he would get around the corner. And that's, to me, what it looks like the intention is. There is still a punishment, but I'm thinking triple strike. Because taking out, right, so let's just ignore the idea that there's any kind of intentional attack, right? Ignore that. I think that's a triple strike because with that amount of damage, you should not be going full throttle and cutting corners, especially when there's other cars involved around you. And you probably should have just pressed tow back to garage, return to garage. So for that, I'm thinking triple strike. And the no brakes business, yes. But I don't think that's a no brakes because I just don't. I don't think that's no brakes because he wanted to hit him. If he wanted to hit him, in my opinion, the steering, he wouldn't suddenly go full lock because it gets even tighter to try and avoid. So he's full lock, he's come off the throttle. If that was me, right, from having previously deliberately hit someone in a mess around race, I hasten to add, I'd still be full throttle. And once I've got aim, you're steering straight and you go straight at him. That to me looks like it was just, the car was just completely out of control. That's exactly what I'm saying, Rick. There were mistakes made, but I don't think it's anything to do with wanting to hit Jason. I mean, this is a case of like, get off the throttle there, just cruise back round, or park up there and hit escape. Like a red Indian shaman haunting his dreams. I blame crew chief. Doesn't seem to be much of an effort to stop. Oh, I agree with that. CC is the psycho. Oh, crew chief. I just can't. I just don't believe that this was intentional at all. I think it was some bad decisions. I just don't believe this is aimed at Jason. I honestly don't. You got out of it in a rally car. I think you'd still have been upside down or down the edge of a Monaco mountain. If it wasn't deliberate, you couldn't have done a better job if you had meant it. I mean, I don't know. I'm just giving my opinion here, but... If you have no steering, you shouldn't be accelerating. Oh, I completely agree. Rick, this is what I'm saying. The decision to carry on and to floor it and to try and go fast back to the pits was a terrible decision. But I still don't think, honestly, I really don't think there was any malice in this whatsoever. I think, like Keith just said, the car was just going straight. He's on full lock. Full throttle was your biggest problem there, Keith. It really was a case of just pull over to the side and return to pits, or just stay to the side of the track and very slowly limp home. That's kind of how you do it. It's the turn the wheel right 2 times that makes it look deliberate. Yeah, but that's to get it. The first one's to get it straight, and then the second one, because it was, if you look at previously, the wheels turned to the right just to go in a straight line. See, that just straightens it up, the first one. Then the second one is to try and get round the bend. I think. I'm just guessing at this. So straight wheels turning to the left. Then that straightens it up. First little jink. That one there is to get the car straight. And then that one is to try and get round the bend, which was never going to happen. That's what I'm trying to do, Caleb. Okay, look, I still don't think, no matter who this was, I'll be honest. I mean, I know Keith, which does affect my thought about whether there was any intention there, because I just don't believe that's in him. I honestly don't. But I wouldn't think that of any of you. I would. There were a couple of blatant ones last week where it was really obvious that they were intentional, but having experienced, I don't know how to phrase this, but having experienced similar things with Keith and others in damaged cars where the decisions were all wrong about how to deal with that, I genuinely think it's a case of that. And if this was if this was me doing that, I mean, it's hard because I know I would have pulled over and either very slowly gone back or escaped and returned to pits. But I wouldn't think that was deliberate. Honestly, I think that was deliberate of anybody. Even taking the Mike and Reiter situation last week, with that amount of damage to the car, I still wouldn't believe that was deliberate. But maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit deluded. But I just don't think there was intention there. I think it was just some bad decision making. I'm not sure Keith could have done that even with straight steering. Let's move on to show Helicam first. I don't think there was any intention, but can Keith explain why he accelerated that much when he knew he had problems with his steering? I've been trying to do AI and I'm now down to SA of 29. Yeah, Keith, if you can remember, was there a reason why you were trying to, driving that fast with that much damage? Why don't we just quickly look at it with Helicam? I'm not trying to... please believe me when I'm not trying to just sort of gloss over it and sort of laugh it away, because I know Jason was a bit upset about it, and quite rightly, because from first viewing, you know, from most viewings, it doesn't look good. But I just... I don't know, maybe... Is that Helicam? Is that why it's not... Yeah, this is Helicam. Why is it over there? Right, okay. I think he's trying to, in the same way as he cut the corner there, I genuinely think that is trying to cut that corner just to carry on. And it's just oblivious to the fact that Jason's coming round. SF29 is impressive. Jumping on the throttle when things are going wrong has been Keith's problem from the start. If he didn't do that, he wouldn't have had half the crashes he had. Agreed. Agreed. It's, yeah, not quite knowing the sort of procedures when the car's that damaged or you're in a spin or something like that. It's the pedals input and full throttle and no braking. I'm saying that as advice, Keith. Yeah, no one's having a go. No one's having a go. We're just trying to pick the bones out of something, really. What's I mean, I've got the triple screen again, but what's the view? At what point does Jason come into view here? Oh, he's in view the whole time. I don't know. Well, look, my judgment was going to be a triple strike. I don't know what else to say about it, really. Maybe I just don't want to think that there was any kind of intention in there, but I'm going with that for now. If anyone has any serious objections, then obviously let me know. That brings Keith up to 6 strikes. So that's actually a double points penalty anyway. And you're just 1 behind me, Keith, so that's something to be proud of. I've done a triple strike. Rick says double strike. I've done a triple just because I know I said earlier we don't take consequences into account, but I don't know. Jason was just concerned that was something deliberate, and he knows the nature of the group, and I think was just in his words, it kind of left a sour taste in his mouth, which I don't like the idea of at all. And I'd like to think that absolutely wasn't an attack on Jason whatsoever. And I know what he did with the boards made it tricky for a few people in the race, and I've punished him, but that was done as a joke as well. In the spirit of the league that we do. But Jason, if you do that again, mate, oh my God, I will be dive bombing you at every opportunity, because that was so difficult. Triple strike. Okay, so we've got a few people agreeing. Callum, I promise you, mate, that was nothing. That there isn't any sort of bias towards anyone. I'm trying to be objective. Obviously, it is difficult, but what I'm taking into account, rather than the fact that I'm taking into account what I know of Keith as a person, I'm actually looking at sort of historic incidents with not just Keith, but a few of us. It wouldn't be, a few of us WKGers from even before you guys from Celtic Bromance sort of got involved. We had a lot of that kind of thing, and exactly what Rick said. It was kind of it was almost like a go-to panic, a bit like when you're being blue flagged. You end up touching the grass, and the reaction then was to floor it, come back across the track, and we'd sort of zigzag bounce back across from barrier to barrier, taking more people out and causing more damage. And it kind of is those sort of incidents that I'm sort of taking into account when I look at this. You did do well tonight, Keith. It was I think your only crash was when I spun you round at that hairpin, at that chicane, which I'm gutted about. I wasn't expecting you to be there, bastard. Right, anyway. Will there be further punishment for bickering and deliberate cutting, for the bickering and deliberate cutting last week? Well, I kind of said that I think we sort of use that as an example, because what we'll do is no in-game chat, because that was the thing that bothered me the most. I don't know if you guys felt that as well. But just sort of seeing it kicking off while we're still trying to race. So total ban on the in-game chat. And then obviously the severe punishments will come if that rule is broken. So that rule's only just been put in place. So neither of those guys involved in that were here tonight. Whether that is... Well, Mike we know's in hospital. Rightis, I don't know if that sort of put him off, which would be a real shame if that is the case. But no, I didn't have any plans on handing out any sort of further punishment for that. But it was a kind of there is now zero tolerance on it. Just none of that shit. Again, it completely changed the whole the temperature and the feeling of everything last week as soon as that started kicking off in chat. And I don't want to dwell on it, but it's just not something we're used to, and it was a real shame. But as I said then, I know those things kind of get exaggerated. Your thought processes are quite right when you're in the heat of a battle, but that was all handbags as far as I was concerned. But there we go. Yeah, I agree with that, Rick. I saw that one as well. I mean, what can I say? Yeah, exactly, Jamie. That's what I was thinking. It was all really silly stuff. And in my opinion, there was one person that was more culpable than the other in that situation. I don't know. I mean, what can we do? I'm not going to dish out any further punishments based on what happened last week, but I just bloody hope it doesn't happen again, because this is all just about having a proper giggle, this league. As I don't know how many times we've said it. And it's just getting irritating as much as anything. Nobody wants to finish one of these and sort of turn the computer off with any kind of like negative or irritations in their mind. Barring maybe a couple, pretty much every race, I switch the computer off, go inside with a giggle and a smile on my face, and bore Emma with some of the antics that have gone on. And last week I didn't even talk about it. It kind of depressed me. It was a real shame. But there we go. Oh, you got hit again in the penultimate lap. Oh, that's unlucky. But you did do well. It said that in Discord channel and ended at Callum, who aimed at Callum, I presume, who wasn't even involved. Yeah, Rick, but that's just you and me, mate. I couldn't tell you how much I detested you yesterday at the end of the AOR race. Because I started catching you, and then my pace just went and went and went. I was like, that game Rick, he's going to beat me. I hate that bloke. Being your first in the league came across as that good racing fun. I'm so pleased to hear that, Rain Man, Daz. It's prior to last week, every race has been like that. We've had a couple of little isolated incidents that never spiral out of control. I don't know, last week was just a funny one. Anyway, I don't want to keep dragging it up. It was just annoying. It takes 5 days to get over hating you, which leaves a day's grace before the next race. Ah, sod the lot of you. Right, that's it. I'm done. Go inside, cry, drink my beer. Yes, sorry, yeah. Rain Man is Daz Reynolds. The most gentlemanly. No one can hate Daz Reynolds, particularly if you ever lap him in a race. He's the most gentleman. He's up there with Mike. Mike and Daz. If ever you're coming up to lap them, just assume he's going to do exactly what's needed to be done at that point in time. It's brilliant. Next up is Barcelona. Yeah, but you say I like that track, but guess what? I think it's raining. That will change. Yeah, it will change in this league, Darren. Last race never happened. What? Unless it happens again. Yeah. You weren't in the last race, were you, Darren? I think that's what it was. Because the shunter wasn't there, everyone just decided that was the time to misbehave. The old while the cat's away business. You want your strikes removed? What? Yeah, sorry, I should do this, shouldn't I? So anybody... So Shunty McShuntface is Darren Hunter. This is for Darren Reynolds I'm addressing this to now. So Darren, Shunty McShuntface is Darren Hunter, who you may have come across in the AOR leagues. Hasn't raced the last... Maybe just the last one. And Rick Wales is R. Mac in the AOR league. Again, so there you go. Introductions. Happy Hour, don't worry about him. No one's bothered about him. He's just here. He's like clinging on to I don't know what. He's just a Klingon. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so it might be raining in Barcelona, but you like the rain, do you, Al? I've never had it in Barcelona, so that could be interesting. What's the... Oh, AOR's finished. I was just about to say, what's the next AOR? That's done. Al lives on an island nobody cares about. I'm saying nothing. Only beat Shunty McShuntface in the last race. Ooh. Bugger off, it's late. Yeah, it is late. Come on, it's 25 to 11 now. Guys, thank you. Sorry for anyone I hit. Thank you for a good fun race. And hopefully see you all in Barcelona. But in terms of streams, I will maybe do the rally tomorrow. If not, definitely Friday. And then we've got the big one, 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. on Saturday. Even if you pop in for 5 minutes to say hello, I'll be streaming it here on the Lightning Magoo Twitch channel. I don't know if Shunty's streaming, but if he is, check that one out as well. Yeah, and that's it. Thanks, everybody. Follow Shunty, not this bloke. Right, Darren, you know the conditions. Don't let him... I'm not going yet. You know the conditions. Darren, 1 rally a week. That's all you have to do. And then I will allow these people to follow you on Twitch. Right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Catch you soon.